Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who present here today and everyone who is watching the recording. Welcome to this session of APEX Office Hours JPAC series on exploring PDF and Excel reporting in Oracle APEX. In this session, you will understand three robust solutions for generating and enhancing reports within the APEX application. To present this exciting topic, we have a special guest Arun Mohan with us today. A little bit about Arun Mohan. With 11 years of industry experience, Arun Mohan proudly serves as the Director of Innovation at Quarcube Consulting and has co-founded Maathra Technology and Consultancy. As a Oracle certified Apex professional developer, his expertise lies in utilizing Oracle SQL, PL SQL, and Apex to craft innovative solutions. Welcome, Arun. The stage is yours.
Yeah. Thank you, Rubesh. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Thanks for joining us today. So in today's session, we will be exploring three options for pixel perfect reporting in Oracle Apex. In the first section, we will explore how we can use jsPDF. jsPDF is a client-side printing solution, and it is open source and it is available for commercial use as well. Okay, so whenever we try to use any solutions, we should try to answer these three questions, how we can get the data, and how we can present the data in the using. Basically how we build the report layout, and then how we can integrate it with the Apex. So let me show you one use case. So this is a sample application which is being built using this data set provided by Oracle, the orders. So let's open one order placed by one person like Charlotte Fonda, and let's try to print a mailing sticker. Probably this kind of sticker you will print to paste it on the consignment. Okay. So let's see how this solution is implemented. And this is another solution. If you want to build complex reporting an invoice, you can still use jsPDF. This is one example where we are using jsPDF for the for invoice printing. Okay, so as I said, how to get, first step is how to get the data. Either we can get the data from the page item. So in the first use case I have shown, we were printing a mailing sticker. So most of the information is already available in your page item. For example, the order ID, the customer name, the order date, and the address of the person. In such scenario, we can actually use the page item itself. So that is one way to get the data for the jsPDF libraries. Okay. And the second option is to use an APEX server process. So in this use case, here we have to get the data, both the header information as well as the line item details from the database. So for this, we can actually use APEX server process to fetch the data in a JSON format and then use the JS libraries for that. So here we will be using an AJAX process like this. So which will actually take the input of the invoice ID, and then it can return the data in a JSON format. This will be used by the JavaScript to build the report layout. Now, if you try to answer the second question, how we are building the report layout. So when you are using jsPDF, you have to use program, and basically you will have to write long codes to present the data in this format. Okay, this is one example of integrating or using a printing solution with Oracle Apex. Now, let me jump to the next section where we will use Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence, which is a part of Oracle Fusion. If you are building applications, which is more like an extension to Oracle Fusion, probably OTBI is the right solution for you. If you already have the license, then you can leverage the capabilities of OTBI to build the reporting solution. So before we get into the details of the integration, let me show you one quick example. Okay, so I built a simple report which actually being generated by the OTBI and rendered in an Oracle Apex application. It will print the next 10 days or 15 days based on the parameter we are giving. So if you click on the run report, this is actually calling the OTBI report, and it will get you the report from Fusion. Okay, And like if you change the parameters, for example, you're changing it to two next 2 days, it will actually print you the next 2 days. So I will show you like how we can integrate it. And again, let's try to answer the uh, 3 questions, like how to get the data, how to present it, and how we can integrate OTBI report with the Oracle Apex. So if we go back, I have prepared a small recording of OTBI, like how to create the report layout. Okay. So I will quickly play this so that like you will get a better understanding of like how you can use OTBI for report layout building. So if you try to answer the first question, how to get the data? So in OTBI, you can configure multiple data sources. If you are querying from Fusion DB itself, like it is directly available, or else you can use a web service or an HTTP method to pull the data from like external systems. If your database is not a part of Fusion, but still you want to use OTBI for reporting, in that such circumstances, you can use a web service method or an HTTP method. Once you have configured the data source in OTBI, you can use the OTBI or the report builder to build the report. Let me quickly walk through this one. So we are logging into the OTBI. This is a login screen. Then we will create a data model first. Okay. So here in this example, like it's directly querying the Fusion database. I like a simple query is to print the next 10 or 15 days based on the parameter given. So we'll use a simple hierarchical query like select level. And next, then ideally it should be not sysdate plus, it should not be +1, it should be level. So it will give the next 10 or 15 days. If I'm giving like 10, it will print me the next 10 days. If I'm giving the 15, it will print the next 15 days. So the first step is to configure the data set. You go to the OTBI. Then from on the top right, you will see an option to create the data model. Okay. So let's create a data model with a query, which will actually query against the default data source, which is configured. You can configure like additional data source as well. Okay. So once we key in the query, we will try to replace it with a parameter using a bind variable called colon p_days. This p_days we will pass from Apex to the OTBI. So we will save the data set first. Okay, and the parameter will also be automatically added to it. You can define the properties, the attributes of the parameter. And the next step is to like test run this within the OTBI and save the sample data. So to build a report in the OTBI, you will require a sample data. So you can give a name and then probably you can save it as a sample data. So this way you can actually test. You switch to table view, you will see the result actually coming in. Okay. This is just the sample data. We will save this as a sample data for the report layout building. Okay. So we'll save the sample data first. Then we will use the report layout builder. Okay. So either you can use a BI publisher to build like very complex kind of reports. For this use case, I'm just using a simple like a direct table kind of report. I will just drag and drop both the day sequence and day date from the available column list. Click next. And like once you finish, you're actually done with the report layout. So you can test that report layout by giving like different parameters. You will see that the result is actually, you're fetching the right set of result. So the next step is to get the path of this report. Okay, so that like you can invoke this report from Oracle Apex. You can click on the schedule, then it will give you the report path. So once you have the report path, you are ready to integrate this report with the Oracle Apex. I will walk you through that. So let's go ahead and check its source. Okay. So we have one parameter, which is nothing, which this parameter we pass into the Oracle OTBI. So which is the number of days, and like we will get the result. So we have a button placed here, run report. On clicking the run report, it is actually submitting the page. And here I have used a branch condition, which will actually invoke an application process. Okay, so I have defined an application level item called G report parameter. Like if it takes like multiple parameter, you can pass in a JSON kind of format. For this particular use case, we are using a single parameter called report param, and I'm passing the user input here. And we are calling the application process called a get OTBI report. Let's go ahead and check like what is there in that OTBI report. Okay, so the application process is available within the shared components. Let's go ahead and open the application process. So this particular piece of code, okay, this internally invoke another API which will invoke the OTBI APIs. Okay, so I will walk you through this one. So before we go to that, let me like make it clear. Like for the OTBI integration, we are not using a RESTful service. Rather, we are using a SOAP request. So this is an example of like how you can make a SOAP request. Basically, you'll have to pass in the username and password, and also the OTBI URL, the report path. The report path, we will get it from the OTBI report builder. Here you will get the report path. And then if you come back, your SOAP request has a like a request envelope. You have to pass it this way, along with the set of parameters. And this is how you can prepare the parameters. As of now, like our OTBI report only take one parameter, and this is the name of the parameter. We have configured the name of the parameter as 3_days, and the values will be substituted here. And you will use the Apex web service make request. Okay, this is again available out of the box within Oracle Apex. There are like multiple signature available based on the kind of web service you need to invoke. Okay, in this particular use case, like we are like invoking a SOAP request. So you have to pass the SOAP URL, then the envelope, then the username and password. So once you pass those details, like you will as a response, okay, as a response, you will get an XML. From this XML, like our area of interest would be like which is available in the path called the report bytes. So once we get the report bytes, it's again an XML. It can be an XML, or it can be it can be an Excel output, or it can be a PDF output. And basically, it is base 64 encoded. So we will use the Apex APIs called CLOG base to below to get the actual file content. Then we are returning this file content to the application process, which actually we use to generate the report. So you get the report file here. Then like if it is a PDF file, like we are trying to rendering in the screen, if this is not a PDF, if it is not like something that you can render directly to the browser, then we use we directly download it. So this is how you are integrating the OTBI report with the Oracle Apex. Okay, so I have shown you a very simple use case, but you can build very complex reports in both the PDF or Excel or like a Word document, like or anything that OTBI support. Okay, for the demo purpose, like I have shown a very simple use case. Now, if we go back to like its use cases and advantages, so if you're already on the Fusion, like you don't need any additional licensing or like any other kind of system to build these kind of reports. The other disadvantage or like thing is like it uses a SOAP kind of request rather than a REST service, like which are very common these days. Okay, and it's an ideal like if again like you can use this like only if you already have an OTBI license, but it's a very powerful tool. So probably now I will switch to the next available option. So we have covered all these options. Like in the OTBI, we get the data using the data sources that can be a Fusion database, or it can be a web service, it can be HTTP method, and there are few more data sources available within the OTBI. And to build the report, we can build the layout using the OTBI itself, or you can build it using the BI publisher. To integrate it with the Apex, we will invoke an application process using a link or a button, which in turn invoke the OTBI SOAP API. And either we can render or download the report. If it is a PDF, we can probably render it in the browser directly. If it is like any other kind of report, say for example, a Word or like a PowerPoint or like a Excel, then it will be downloaded. So now I will introduce you one more solution, which again serve the same purpose, like how you can leverage another product called the Matra ReportFactory for report integration. Okay. So its use case is same, like it also like uses server side printing, and it is like capable of like building like reports like that can take long amount of time. So for example, your report, like you're building an Excel report like that can take like 10 or 15 minutes. So user need not wait, like it will be generated and it will be available in the server, which can be downloaded later. And it also support like both PDF and Excel format. So and again, like you'll be using Jasper Studio to build the layout, and like you can easily integrate it with Apex using the JavaScript. Okay, and moreover, like you can deploy it in cluster, like if you are handling a large number of requests. Okay, so again, let's try to answer the same set of queries. First one would be like how to get the data. Okay, so I will give you a full walkthrough of like how we can build a report and then deploy it in the report factory and integrate it with the Apex. So before we go there, let's quickly see some reports that is already available. So we go to the order search again, like we will open the same order. So I have added an order report, which will actually print the order in the a PDF format. So here, this particular report is built using the report factory. And earlier we have seen a mailing report, the same mailing sticker, like you can build it using the report factory. With you can embed the QR code. You can use this for like I mean, you can have like watermark. You can have bookmark, and it also support like multiple languages. You can support Arabic, or like it can support Tamil, like any other kind of standard language that Jasper is supporting. Like we will be able to support that. Like in any size and in any format, like you can build the reports, both Excel as well as PDF. So let's see it integration. So report factory is actually a product from Matra. Like here, like you can configure the reports. Say for example, like so this is a sample report, like a sales order report. So which is actually printing the uh, it will take the ID like a 2417 as the input, and then it will fetch the data from the DB and will print it using the report factory. Okay, so this is how you can configure. Like you can first define the data source from which DB you want to connect, and like it can connect to multiple databases. Okay, so here like you can configure like multiple Oracle databases, and with every report like you can configure and say like whether it should come from one particular data source or it should be queried from another one. This is particularly useful like when you are running a disaster recovery, or like you have multiple real-time replication and you want to instead of querying the production DB, like you want to query, you want to redirect the query to a DR site or something. Okay, in such circumstances, you can have like a multiple data sources, and on the fly also you can switch the data source. So once you have configured that, like um, you can define the parameter for that report, and you will upload the compiled report here. I will show you like how you can build the entire thing. And like if you providing the actual input, the Apex item. So in this particular use case, if you edit this page, the primary key for this particular order is the P23 underscore order ID. And if you provide that order ID here and you click on generate code, it will generate a sample integration code for you. Okay. So you copy this code, and like if you go ahead and add it here. So let's create a button and let's use a JavaScript. Okay. So it is easy. Like you can integrate it using the JavaScript. Okay. You open it, then paste the code here. We are actually good to go. Okay. So if you click, the report is actually integrated and it's actually bringing you the report based on the order ID that you are selected. Okay. So this is this is the way like you can integrate a report Matra report factory with the Apex. So you configure the report along with its parameters, and like just click on the generate code. It will give you the JavaScript code, like which you can directly place inside the on a dynamic action, or like you can directly embed within the menu or the links, like how we are doing it here. So we are printing it when we are clicking on the order report factory. So probably if you go here, you can see you can directly integrate it in the URL target also using the JavaScript. Okay, if you place the code here, it is directly integrated. So let's quickly see like something in action, like how we can print an employee profile probably. So we again, like we have the sample data set, and let's try to print something like an employee profile and see how we can integrate this with the Oracle Apex. Okay, and before we do that hands-on, like this integration, like the report factory is a small war file which you can deploy like more like an ORDs in a server, and it can connect to your existing database. It does not require any heavy infrastructure to host it. Okay, so we build the report using like Jasper Studio. I hope like my screen is visible. I will just create a new report probably. A Jasper report. We'll create a blank report, and maybe we can give a name like a EMB profile, and we'll finish it. So we'll connect to the existing already configured data source, and I can write something like select star from OEHR underscore employees. If I read the fields, sorry. Sorry, this is spelling mistake. Okay, so it's actually reading the data. So let's try to print a simple report, something like an employee profile. We'll give a title like employee profile. So you can format it using the standard Jasper functionalities. Okay, so maybe like I will try to make it bold. We'll try to align it centrally, and we'll try to increase its size to, for example, 24. Okay, and maybe you can make it bold. And next thing is like we will drag and drop the field. So let's drag and drop the employee ID in the details section. So it will come like this as a header. It has come, or you can arrange it side by side. And then we can print the first name. So this session is more about its integration rather than we focusing on like the report layouting. So it's more about integration, and I will just limit the number of records returned to 1 for now. Later we can make it a parameter driven. Okay, so we will save this and then compile it. Let's take a quick preview of it. Okay, so we are seeing the first record. So let's go ahead and integrate this with the Apex report factory. We will compile this one, and this will be available in this will be compiled and will be available here. So we'll take the Jasper. Okay, this Jasper will be deploying. Okay, now we go back to the report factory. Like we can configure a new program here. Let's create something called an employee profile. So we'll select the data source to connect to the already existing one. And the output is actually a PDF document. So let's create this one. As of now, it does not take any parameter, but we'll make it like parameters later. Let's upload the Jasper library here. Okay, so now we have uploaded the Jasper file. So probably like we can do a test run from here also, or like we can directly integrate this in the application. Let's copy this code. We'll go back to the other application. We'll add a button here. So in the breadcrumb, like we will add a button to print it. Let's create a dynamic action. This is how we do the integration. We'll call it using the links or using a dynamic action of type JavaScript. You pop this out, paste the code here. And if you come back and refresh here, you should see the report. See, now you are actually, this is how you can easily integrate the report with the in Apex using the report factory. Now, if you make this parameterized one, let's again go back here, and in the data source, we will, instead of like hard coding, let's make it parameterized. So we rather we'll pass the employee underscore ID equal to dollar p underscore AMB underscore ID. So we will save this. Let's save the report and compile it. Let's try to preview this one. Okay, so I think like I have given the parameter in a wrong way. So probably like okay, parameters. So I have to create a parameter and then start mapping it. So if you already have a parameter, like what let's go back and check this one. So similar to, you'll have to just configure the parameter here and then upload the respective Jasper file. So once it is done, like you can click on like generate the code, it will generate the JavaScript code and it will automatically read the page item. So it is capable of reading the page item. If you want to pass this particular employee ID, we can actually get this employee ID using the same JavaScript. So whatever the parameter you are actually configuring, so it reads those values from your page items and it can render the reports. Okay, and this is capable of like rendering both PDF, Excel, like and the CSV, or like there are a couple of other formats also we support. Like so it can support like a CSV or like Excel or like a Word or like a PDF documents. And this is how you can integrate with the Apex. So the advantage is that like it's a server-side printing. So which means like you can get any kind of complex data and you can build it. Moreover, it can run in the background and it can be ready. So whatever the reports that you're running will be actually available here. We can come back and like download those report again. Like it also like store the log also, like so that you can get, if something is going wrong, you will be able to debug also. So here also you can come back and download all the reports. So it actually runs in the background and the report will be kept ready in the server. And it's easy to design the layout using the Jasper Studio. So I believe like I was able to like cover like 3 solutions like which you can use for like report printing. Now over to Rubesh. Like if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them.
Thanks,
Sorry
Arun.
for
That
this
was
glitch. Yeah.
yeah, that was an amazing session. Thank you for that. So we do have a quick couple of questions available in the chat. Let me read that for you.
Yeah.
Or if you want to answer, you can open the Q&A section and answer them live as well. So there is a question from Mahesh. Is it possible to share the Apex application which uses JSPDF and have little complex reporting instead of just plain table format?
Okay. So probably like we can provide something. So the one that I have shown, like I have shown two example. Like one was a very plain simple report. The other one, the invoice was like it had both the header. It was equivalent to like our reporting, the whatever we have shown, which we built using the report factory. Okay, so it had like a header, then a master child, and we can embed the image. The only problem is that like it's a extensive programming. You have to write a lot of code for that, and that's what I actually tried to show in the previous section. So if you open the application, will say even to print that smaller invoice, like you have to write a lot of code. To print that PDF, like whatever you're seeing on my screen, like we have to write around like 429 lines of code. So your layout, like if you ask me, like yes, you can build it, but it's purely depending upon like your expertise in the JavaScript, I would say. Does that answer your question?
Mahesh, can you please confirm in the chat? Yes, and there is one more question from Lakshman Pandey. Instead of using BI Publisher report, there is an option called Create Analysis, where we use subject areas from OTBI and create the report. So there was a question about OTBI instead of utilizing BI Publisher to do this. I think the explanation you did was using SOAP calls, right? Instead of using BI Publisher. Can you please explain a little about that?
Uh, I'm not sure like whether I got the question correctly. So I would say like if you're asking about the report layout, you can use the BI publisher or you can use that OTBI layout builder itself. So in this case, I'm not using a BI publisher actually. So here the report layout is actually built using the this OTBI platform itself. And if you are building a complex report, then you can install that Word plugin and then you can start working on the uh, like you can build the BI publisher report. I'm not sure like if the question is related to that. Uh, and I would be happy to answer like if you can connect offline also, like I would be like happy to answer that part.
Thank you. There is a question from anonymous attendee. So is this report factory open source or commercially available or is it SaaS?
Currently it is available in as a commercial version, and like we are not providing it as a SaaS option as of now.
Okay, it's a commercially available version.
It's a commercially available one with the support. And the customer
Thank you.
can deploy it in their environment and they can connect to multiple data sources, databases.
Thank you for that. And I have one more question. I think I can take it up, but you can answer this because you're talking about Matra Report Factory. Do we need to set up Jasper Reports integration in the server to call this
No,
compile
no,
report?
no, no, we don't need to. Okay, so probably like if a server is open, all you need to just put a small jar file like which see the Matra report factory is not just a Jasper reporting alone, it's actually a scheduler. Okay. So all you have to do is like deploy this simple var file like which is a part of like hardly like 80 MB. There is no additional setup or installation anything involved in it. So it comes with an enterprise grade scheduler. So which is nothing but the quads. So I told you like the reporting that we intend to do is like there will be scenario like where you'll have to wait for like long amount of time to generate the report. So normally users cannot wait that much amount of time in the front end. So it actually runs in the background using a built-in scheduler and it will be kept ready. So it's we do not require any additional setup. You have to deploy this var file in the Tomcat and then you can start, you have to just configure the JNDI connectivity to the database, like which can be in the same database as of that of your application residing. There is no setup, like there is no installation or anything, just directly deploy the report factory var file in the Tomcat.
Thank you. And there's one more question. How can we frame the report template?
How
I'm not
can we?
sure I got it. How can we frame the report template? I think you are creating some Jasper report, right?
Yes, you can use Jasper Studio to, if you're asking about OTBI integration, report layout is built using the OTBI platform or using the BI publisher. If it is regarding the report factory, then you can leverage the Jasper Studio to build the report layout. And if it is using jsPDF, then you are building the layout programmatically.
Thank you for that. Let me check if there are any questions related to this topic. Can we send report via emails from Report Factory?
Yes, we had that capability to send as an email, but these days, like we are leveraging the capabilities of Oracle APEX for emailing. So earlier we were using Java Mail, but like Oracle APEX email capabilities, like we can even send it using email templates. So we leverage the built-in capabilities of APEX for sending emails. Our recommended solution also would be to use uh, the built-in capabilities, and we are providing APIs. You can actually see, I have shown you the integration using JavaScript. And there is a PLSQL API also available for this. So when you are using PLSQL API, you have to create the ACL, you will have to probably install the SSL certificate. So this is the easiest integration I have shown. If you want to use it in any of your program, that is also possible. We can invoke the web service using programs. The only the additional settings that you will have to do is like creating ACL and then installing the SSL certificate in your wallets.
Thank you. One more question I have from Gokul Raj. Currently, what public websites do use APEX OTBI right now? Do you have any examples
We do
about
not
that?
use in any public website. Okay, so we use it at the customer end. So that's why I was not able to open and show the actual OTBI due to the privacy issues. Normally, it's a part of like who are using HCM, like their Fusion HCM, like we are developing reports for them. It's not available publicly.
Thank you. Thank you for that. We do have a few more questions that is related to APEX. I'll ask my teammates, can you please answer this? We have 3 to 4 questions. Please answer them in the Q&A section. So thank you, Arun. That was a great session on exploring PDF and Excel reporting using Oracle APEX. Before we wind up, I have a couple of slides to conclude this session. Okay. So before we conclude this session, let us also talk about some of the fantastic pieces of training and certification we have crafted for you. Whether you are a newcomer to APEX or an experienced APEX developer, these trainings will definitely benefit your APEX journey. So let us understand some trainings that we have and certification that we have in APEX so far. Firstly, the first course that I wanted to talk about is Oracle APEX Foundations. If you are starting with APEX and looking to learn the fundamentals of low-code application development with APEX, then this course is definitely for you. You will get a 3.5 hours of expert training directly from the APEX product team. You can enroll and learn for free today by navigating through apex.oracle.com/go/foundations. And the second and most important course is the Oracle APEX Developer Professional course, which is a soup to nuts covering complete low-code application development with APEX. You will get 13 hours of expert training delivered directly by the APEX product team. Along with that, if you want to gain hands-on experience, we have crafted 19 hands-on labs to practice along with the training videos. You can take up a training video, you can do the practice immediately on top of that. So this is a complete soup to nuts covering entire APEX local development platform. So if you want to enroll it, you can enroll using apex.oracle.com/go/professional. You can scan the QR code as well. I'll hold the screen for 10 seconds so you can scan the QR code to get the link. And once you complete this course, the next logical step would be to take up the Oracle APEX Cloud Developer Certification. So if you want to take the certification, I won't say it is mandatory to take the APEX Developer Professional course, but it will come in handy when you're writing the certification. So the major concepts that we cover in the certification are explained clearly in the APEX Professional course. So it is recommended to take APEX Developer Professional course before you take the certification. You can go and register for this using the link apex.oracle.com/go/professional. You can take up the certification, register there, and pass the Oracle APEX Developer certification. Okay. Finally, if you are a partner or a customer, build some amazing applications. And if you want to share it with the community, you can also reach out to us. If you're an individual contributor and you have developed some amazing application, you can always share it with the community. Please reach out to us using this email ID, Oracle Application Express underscore www@oracle.com. We are here to listen and help you. You can always reach out to us using the link mentioned in the screen. Okay. And one more important announcement. We have an exciting live webinar happening on December 5th, where Chaitanya Koratamadi, who is the Director of Product Management team at Oracle, will talk about how to build secure enterprise cloud and mobile applications up to 20 times faster and 100 times lesser code using AI and APEX, using low code with Oracle APEX and AI. So you can register for this now at apex.oracle.com/go/apex -apex AI-webinar. Please do join us. This session is going to happen on December 5th. So you have to register right now. And finally, have you missed any office hours recording? Have you missed any office hours session earlier? We have been conducting these office hours from over a year now. If you have missed anything, you can always go back and check the recording on our YouTube playlist. You can just type this URL apex.oracle.com/go/playlist/JPAC, or just go to YouTube, search for JPAC office hours. You will see 19 to 20 videos of playlist available ready for you. Just go and hear from the recordings. And everything you want to learn about Apex, you can visit these URLs. And apex.oracle.com is a one-stop solution for all your Apex requirements. Do visit apex.oracle.com for anything and everything related to Apex. If you want to learn, if you want to train, if you want to gather some tutorials, you want to understand about the community, if you want to understand about various tutorials, hands-on labs available, you just visit apex.oracle.com. This is a one-stop solution. And also a final announcement before I close the session. We are taking a winter break next month. So there won't be any office hours in the December session. December month, there won't be any office hours. So happy holidays to everyone and stay tuned for more exciting JPAC office hours starting from January. We are going to come back with amazing content next year. Like we did this year, we are going to bring even more amazing content next year as well. So please stay tuned for that. Follow our social media channels and join us from January again. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining the session. Thank you Arun Mohan for presenting such an amazing reporting capabilities with the help of Apex.
Thank you.